You heard of Twitch drops, where you watch a streamer play a game for a certain amount of time to get in-game rewards. A lot of games do this, like Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and more. It's a really good strategy to get more viewers on streams and get some cool or even exclusive rewards. But how about YouTube drops? Or basically, instead of watching Twitch streams to get rewards, you have to watch YouTube streams to get rewards. So today we're going to be going over every Fortnite YouTube drop, what event it was from, how you got it, and at the end try and predict why Fortnite doesn't do YouTube drops anymore. The first time Fortnite's ever done a YouTube drop was back in 2019 for the Fortnite World Cup and Game Jam events. Remember Game Jam? No. Basically, Game Jam was where creators made games and created for the World Cup, and was the only Game Jam they ever did. But by watching either the Game Jam Hollywood premiere or some of the World Cup final broadcasts on YouTube, you got the Game Jam spray, World Cup spray, and the Red Line wrap, depending on what day you watch it on. And most of the stuff was pretty cool. The World Cup spray was animated, making one of the only few animated sprays in the game. The Red Line wrap is pretty clean, being all white with an animated red line down the middle. In the Game Jam wrap, well, it's rare, I guess. But Fortnite doing drops for the biggest competitive event ever on YouTube for the first time started off really good. So Fortnite would do a second YouTube drop one season later in Season X with the Batman Gotham City premiere on YouTube, which the video was literally a 26-second long trailer. But watching the premiere got you this Batman banner. Wow. Not the best looking banner, and do people even care about banners, honestly? I had mine as the level 300 chapter 2 season 2 banner since I got it and never changed it since. But this is 100% the weakest reward we got so far. It's still a really cool drop, especially for a DC fan, and also for the first ever Fortnite and DC collab. But when is the next YouTube drop? Well, after the Batman YouTube drop, Fortnite didn't do another one for 3 years, instead of doing drops on Twitch like every other game was doing. But after 3 years, Fortnite did another one for FNCS stream where you got the Seeker Strike loading screen. It's honestly weird, this is the only FNCS drop that was one, a YouTube drop, and two, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a Twitch drop, especially considering Epic has been doing Twitch drops for every other FNCS and took a long break from doing YouTube drops. But since then, we haven't gotten a YouTube drop since, so what happened? Well, there are honestly a few reasons why I think Epic stopped doing YouTube drops. One reason I can think of is Epic didn't have a full deal with Twitch back in 2019 and decided to do YouTube drops instead for a major event like the World Cup, until they eventually got a Twitch partnership and has done Twitch drops since, minus that one time they went back to YouTube drops for FNCS. Another reason I can think of is Twitch has had an easier system for drops compared to YouTube, where they had an entire page on their website to see the drops and claim them. Well, I'm pretty sure YouTube didn't. Also, apparently it was buggy for some people where they didn't know how to get them, how much progress they had, or even if they got the reward. But to be honest, Twitch drops are still pretty buggy, whether it's Twitch's fault or Epic's fault. Many drops still have problems with not being granted or being granted one, like the Mongrel drop that happened with the real as icon skin. But if you have any other ideas why, or just have the exact reason, let me know in the comments. But the question is, will Epic ever go back to doing YouTube drops? I would say no for multiple reasons. For one, like we talked about, Twitch has a better drop system overall than YouTube does, where Twitch makes it easier to know what drops are active, what streams to watch, and easy to claim rewards. And from what I know, we haven't gotten a YouTube drop in a while from any companies. But overall, I think Epic will stick to Twitch drops for now. Maybe if whenever their deal with Twitch expires or they split, then they'll probably find a new way to do Twitch drops again, probably for Legends Landing again. But I just have a feeling it won't be on YouTube anymore.